So I'll start with some positives. We're 3-0 for the first time in 5 years in WAC conference. So this all goes to the players and coaches that help prepare for this, and very proud of our group. Thought we started off a little slow, which again is expected. We're not used to playing back-to-back like we just did. I know we had a day in between, but when you're preparing for teams with 1 day prep, 2 days, I think it's kind of tough. But what I will say is that I'm proud that they responded in the second quarter, in the third quarter, being able to score 55 points like that. So I think that that's really big. They locked up defensively, and we got back to playing how we need to play. So I like the growth of this group. I like the fact that, again, they can be coachable and they can respond to the challenges. And so I like where this is headed as we get ready to get to the road and go up and play a tough Utah Valley team. But I also want to give credit to, Southern Utah. Again, I talk about records are not indicative of the teams that they are. Again, it's going to be tough to win games every night. You have to lock into who you are. And I feel like that's one thing that we are doing as a group right now.
Coach, you mentioned that slow start there, and you're very proud of the team for turning that around, but what was maybe your statement or challenge to the team in that moment transitioning to the second quarter?
No, they just needed to turn on. So it was a timeout, I think it was, and we waited till after the quarter was over with. I don't always want to say what I say in huddles, but I think more so anything, they understand that. They say a lot to each other, and that we're not always having to say those things about what they need to do, but we weren't defending like we need to. But again, we're not going to play a complete game. What I expect for them to do is to respond to the challenges and go on runs. Every team is going to make a run. I don't expect for us to win every quarter, but I do expect for us to understand personnel and play like we need to play.
Corey, we saw you pick up a knock early on in the game, and how much of an impact did that have on the rest of your game?
I think I'm good. God is good. I think if anything, it just turned me up. I hate coming out the game. I hate feeling like I'm letting my team down or I'm not doing my job. So when I came back in, I just tried to, pick up where I left off or continue to help the team get a W. It's always about the W. But yeah, I didn't crumble, and we came out with a W.
Coach, a lot of great performances off the bench. Alexa Godot was playing really well on both sides. Mariah Perkins up to 8 points.
Maria.
How much is their
Maria.
And then just how much is their progress in the team's depth just impressed you?
Well, it's a complete team, and again, I stress this every week about how good this group is because, again, from top to bottom, we do some really, really good things. But bench play is important. As we had that starting five, they got to be able to, again, increase or keep the same intensity that we've been playing with. But I feel like, Smalls and Maria have been playing up to that potential. Even Aspen's coming has done those things as well, too. But, it's an expectation. I don't, expect them not to do that. We've got to continue to have bench play as we move forward in conference play.
Now, we're seeing double digits now back-to-back games. Is it more of a confidence thing, or is it more just what the other teams are giving?
I feel like these last couple games, as a team, we've been stressing, creating our own energy. And I feel like my teammates have really instilled that kind of confidence in me. They have all the confidence in the world in me. So it kind of just makes it easier to go out there and just play. And I feel like being able to do those type of things, I'm able to help my team out in a great way.
Coy, Avery had a lot of great free throws, and then you had some big and one opportunities. Just how much emphasis does those free throws, put on your offense and help translate it into points?
Yeah, they're free, At the end of the day, if we shoot 20 of them, make 18, that's 18 more points for us. So I think it's just a fundamental of basketball and something that we could take with us to add to our score at the end of the night. So making free throws is definitely an emphasis for us, especially because at the beginning of the season, we weren't shooting them well. We weren't focusing. So I think Coach did a good job in practice of making that another emphasis for us. And then every game since then, we've just been coming out and knocking them down.
Coach, the team is undefeated at the College Park Center, but it's been a different story on the road. What are you expecting to see out of the team on this Thursday?
Well, again, I think non-conference is for us to prepare and get ready for conference play as we get ready to go on the road. You're going and playing a very good Utah Valley group that, does some really good things defensively. That's going to play a 1-3-1 the whole entire game. They're going to be very scrappy and aggressive. It doesn't go away from what we need to do. You're going to deal with altitude, you're going to do a whole bunch of other things, but I feel like this group is going to respond. That's our one game of the week. And so it's going to continue for us to prepare who we need to be, work on those things, continue to be able to knock down shots and be aggressive and get out and run. So I expect a very good game, but I also expect for us to continue to play how we need to play.